Good afternoon, good day, good evening, wherever you are. We will be starting soon in about minutes time. Let's just wait for maybe a few more seconds for people to join in, all right? I hope all of you have your dinner already. So I just shared my screens right now, and then I'm actually talking right now. So if you cannot see the screen or if you cannot hear me, let me know or you try to reconnect to the platform, okay? So I'm going to type it here in the chat, just in case that nobody can hear me, all right? Sorry, I'm typing a little bit slow. Okay, so just type it into the chat. Sorry, excuse me. Yep, so if you cannot hear me or if you cannot see the screen, do try to relog in, okay? So we're gonna start shortly. Now, meanwhile, today, this QR code here, you can actually scan. We have a list of the resources for you. So instead of multiple QR code, which I think that's what we used to do in the past. So this year we're going to start with just one single QR code where you will see a list of the resources that I will be sharing. So do head on there to find the Facebook group, Telegram, and as well as other resources like FBA revenue calculator or even the perfect jumpstart guide. Okay, and then today while waiting, you can also join seller education team. The team I'm in actually just launched on unofficial Telegram channel. So if you're interested to stay in touch of what's happening in terms of the educational content resources, do hop on to join the broadcast channel on Telegram, and then to keep yourself informed of what's coming up. All right. All right. So I see that you all can hear me. All right. Thank you. So good evening, everyone. I'm going to start right now. So welcome to another session of Amazon Live webinar. Now today, we're going to cover what it means is by the golden 90 days of growing your business with Amazon. All right, so my name is Jun Liang and I'm the trainer here in Amazon Seller Education team in Singapore. All right, so there's a QR code over there that you can scan where there will be a list of resources for you to get to know more about the topics that I'm going to share about. And then from time to time, I may update the links in the QR code as well, okay? Okay, so what you're attending now is live, so there's no need to take pictures or anything because we are going to upload the video into our official YouTube playlist. Sorry. So any question on your right hand side, you should be able to see this question box. You can put it there. And then I will try to, not say try, I will definitely answer all the question at the end of the session. So I saw a couple of questions that you have put in during the registration. I will definitely address that at the end. So if you just registered not long ago, I may have missed out those questions. Then in that case, I will need you to put it into the question box. All right, thank you. Last but not least, whatever we're going to share today is as accurate as of now. But then again, sometimes things like policy updates, etc. If you were to watch this recording a few months down the road, I would recommend you to go on to the online resources from Seller University or Seller Central Help for the most updated information, okay? All right, so some important notice. So this is what we're going to cover today. You can see it's quite a fair bit today, so I hope that we will be able to cover the important stuff. All right, because any of this topic, we actually have a separate session to go a little bit more in depth. So today is really, the big overview about what you can achieve as a brand new seller in the first 90 days. Okay, before we head right through in, right, I just want to give everyone an introduction. You probably know already, but with a global network that supports sellers, across the cross-border e-commerce business, you can really sell, worldwide. With Amazon, you get access to hundreds of millions of customers around the world. All right. So what it means that you will be able to accelerate your international sales using the power of Amazon's global brand. There's over like 200 million paid Prime members globally and hundreds of millions of worldwide active customers account. So you can definitely leverage the Amazon's global scale using Amazon's state-of-the-art international logistic capabilities to help you to scale your business across the globe. So the team I'm in, you probably heard a lot, which is the Amazon Global Selling. So what we does is we support the Southeast Asia sellers, like yourself, across all stages of your selling journey. All right, so some advantage or benefits you can see over here. So key thing to highlight is we do have free trainings and contents provided to our sellers. And then additionally, the one I want to highlight below is we do have official, Amazon account managers to provide one-to-one service for sellers who are new to Amazon selling. So, there's someone there to support you. You don't have to go through this journey alone. All right. So, at the end of it, if you have already signed up but you are not sure who is your account manager, let me know in the question box later. I will share with you an email that you can reach out to find out who is your account manager. All right, so the golden 90 days journey with Amazon. So speed matters in business, right? For Amazon seller, the first 90 days are especially critical for establishing things like marketing, fulfillment, pricing, and also other practices to accelerate performance beyond the launch. So this is an overview. So why we emphasize on this is because there is something that we call a perfect launch. All right, this is what Amazon data scientists, call the use of this 5 selling program, which I'll go through it over here. Things like brand registry, A+ content, fulfillment by Amazon, automated pricing, and even advertising within the first 90 days. All right. So on average, we do see that seller achieving this, using all these 5 programs actually generate 6.3 times more first year revenue than other sellers who didn't adopt all these 5 programs during the first 90 days. Which is why we think it's very important, to start your first 90 days right. So to give you an overview of the North American market and consumer, so these are the 3 main customer groups in the US, right? So that's mainly, usually new seller will go after the US market by creating a US store first. So they are mainly like the housewife, office staff, and also typical worker. All right, so most of them have medium to high level of consumption, have a certain requirement for good quality of life. All right, so these are the typical consumers in the US that we see. And the popular items usually in the North American market are things like the computers and consumer electronics. Right, and then the next will be the apparel, accessories, furnitures, and also at the third is like health, beauty, and personal care. You can see that's the percentage of retail e-commerce sales in the North America over here. Yeah. All right, so this is what are the different catalogs or categories that you're able to sell on the Amazon.com. All right, so we have things like the hardline, softline, or consumables, like what you see over here. Right, so there are some things you might want to be aware of. Right, that is, there are some regulations that you might need to adhere to for certain products that you're going to list on Amazon. Right, just ensure you need to be complying with all the applicable import-export laws and policy, etc. Right, and then there are some products you may need more certifications or documentations or approval in order to be able to sell it as well. All right, so these are some of the examples and some of the trends that you can see. So something to take note of is also the seasonality. Like a fall season, that is something that typical Asia sellers may not be aware of, is that the season does has an impact on what consumers are searching for in those countries. So what can you do as a quick start to search for best-selling product on Amazon? So on the Amazon.com website, there is this function, or rather there's this navigation called bestseller. All right, this is where you can find. So your user interface may be different, right? It may not be the middle one, it may be the left one or something. All right, so when you click on the bestseller, you will see more options, new releases, movers, shaker, etc. So this gives you an idea on what are the popular items being purchased in the country, right? So you can play around with these after this session to get an idea of it. All right. So the next one is definitely something we are interested in is the cost structure. First, we're going to divide the expense, or rather the cost, into two main groups, right? They mainly are the fixed costs, right? These are the costs that do not change, regardless of whether the quantity of goods or services increase or decreases. And the other, as the name says, it is the variable cost, right? So variable cost tends to change, as you grow and scale your sales. Now, fixed cost is the seller account monthly fee. So for the professional selling account, there is a 39.99 cents of USD per month to use the professional selling account. For those who opt to not to pay for the monthly subscription, there is also a personal individual selling account whereby you will incur 99 cents USD for per item sold. All right. And then of course there are other fees that is involved as well. So if you think about it, if you are going to make at least 30 to 40 sales per month, you should actually use the professional selling account because it comes with a lot more feature as well. All right. Now, for those who have not signed up or thinking of signing up, there is this ongoing $1 fee promotion going on for professional selling account, whereby you will pay only USD $1 in the first month, and you will get to get access to the professional selling account for a total of 6 months. All right. So you can head on to our website. It's on the right top banner to look at what is this promotion about. Right. So variable cost, you can see that's a lot like by the product, your production cost, your transportation, logistic, and the other costs like your advertising and branding. Right. So just give you a sense of overview. Right. The cost of the goods. There is a referral fee. All right. Account maintenance fee is actually the monthly fee that you will need to pay to use that account. Sorry. Um, Okay, so this is the referral fee. Do always check on the website for the latest update. So this is the fee that will be depending on what product you're selling. So there'll be a fee that you're gonna incur, which is the referral fee for every product that you sold. All right. My next is the fulfillment cost. Again, this may varies depending on whether you are going to ship the product yourself or you're going to leverage Amazon fulfillment service to ship it for you. Now, typically, if we are not located in the country that we are going to sell to, like for example, US, typically using fulfillment by Amazon will make more sense. But that really depends on whether or not do you have the logistic to help you do your shipping cross-border. If not, using FBA will be more, I would say, cost efficient in the long run. All right, next one is the marketing costs. That includes your advertising fees, any form of your promotions, coupons, etc. that you might want to run on Amazon or off Amazon. All right, so there might be some fees like what we call a disposal fee, right? In the event that you are not able to sell all your inventory and it incur any form of like long storage fee, etc. So if you need to dispose it, there might be a disposal fee as well. All right, so after taking in all this, what is left over will be the profit. All right. So to help you understand more on whether or not is it profitable for the product that you wanted to sell on Amazon, go on to this link. You can also search on Google, the FBA revenue calculator. All right, so you can use this even without a Seller Central account. Yeah, but you want to take note of if you use this without logging into your Seller Central account, there will be a fee, which is the 99 cent USD fee for per item sold that will be shared over there. All right. So if you're using these as a someone who has the professional selling account, that fee may not appear on this calculator. So this will give you an idea on, whether it makes sense for you to do your own fulfillment using your own logistic partner, or whether is it more cost effective by using Amazon fulfillment services FBA. All right, so FBA, as I mentioned earlier on, is actually a fulfillment by Amazon services. All right, so there are mainly two types of fulfillment method. First one is what we call FBM, or some of us call it sell ship. All right, it is fulfillment by seller. All right, so FBM means fulfillment by merchant. All right, so it is means seller. The other one, which is the FBA, fulfilled by Amazon. All right, so these are the difference that you can see over here. Right, the FBM, the sell ship, all right, means that seller like yourself will need to prepare the order every time somebody places an order. All right, it's either you or you hire somebody to do it. So there must be somebody to prepare the order whenever you receive the order. Right, you will have to answer queries like how to return items, etc. By yourself, and also things like return management or basic customer service, etc. All right, so the difference is that if you use FBA, so Amazon will handle, will pick, pack, and ship the item on behalf of the seller. That is provided your inventory is in the Amazon Fulfillment Center warehouse. All right, and then our Amazon associate will also help to reply to any customer questions in their local language within 24 hours. So if there were to be any return, Amazon will also manage all the return for the seller as well. Okay, so this is how it looks like for you. You ship the item to the Amazon warehouse, and then Amazon will pick, pack, and ship the good to the buyer for you. All right. So with the service, FBA, you will ship your product to the fulfillment center, right? And these are some of the benefits that you can see over here, which I already mentioned in the previous slide. All right. Now, the top benefits will be saving of your logistic costs, right? And then improve your performance, your account performance, and reduce your account risk. And it will help you to boost your conversion rate as well. You'll be able to optimize your chances of winning the buy box or the feature offer buttons, right? Increase your impression as well. It also help you optimize your revenue and operation, right? So you can actually, take more control of your operation with the inventory, so-called this feature we have, such as, helping you to do your restocking, etc. And some of the data and the report you can run when you ship in your inventory to Amazon. It can give you an idea on, what is the sales velocity of your inventory, etc. All right, so where are we now? So the next we're going to talk about is the brand registration. All right, so to register, or rather to be, to start the registration, there is a thing where we call the Amazon Brand Registry, right? So branding and protection tools that we have to help businesses to build a global brand. All right, now the first thing you encounter will be the brand registry. So once enrolled, you'll be able to unlock a lot of brand building features such as the A+ content, creating your own store, run sponsored brands, sponsored display ads, and you can see a whole suite of the brand analytics and as well as the other brand protection feature that you can leverage on. So to share, because first thing first, to actually enroll in the Amazon Brand Registry, you will need to have a trademark. Right, so in order to get a trademark, you will need somebody who can do the trademark for you. All right, so for the US, you will need to find either your own trademark partner, etc., if you know of. All right, because you will need to have a legal person in the US in order to file a trademark. You no longer can do it yourself, right? It's different like Singapore. I know in Singapore you can actually go into the iPOS website, log in with your SingPass, and then register your own trademark. So that is not possible in the US. Right. So if you go to this website, brandservices.amazon.com, we do have a list of the partners that can help you register your trademark in the US. All right. All right. I know it's 2024 now already, but right now we have still have the incentive for the new seller program for 2023. All right, so yeah, don't ask me if and when will the 2024 incentive come out. I'm actually not sure as well, but as of now, the 2023 incentive for new seller is still valid till the new one come out. All right, you can read through over here. Yep. Now going back a bit on this, so you can see that there's actually a lot of the what we call the coupons, credits, etc., to help new seller to really get started. Having all this support to help seller to reduce the cost so they can focus on their kickstart their business during the first 90 days. Okay, so next I'm going to talk about product listing. Okay, this is very important because this is the first thing that your customer will see, right? Just like when you go shopping, the listing is something that the customer will see. So you will have to check, if the product needs approval, right? So there's different columns here. All right, so I won't be able to cover every single product category, but in general, things that you will have to consume it, eat it, drink it, or apply on skin, etc. Those items, those products usually will need certain form of approval by the different US authority. Like food is usually the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration office in the US. All right, you need the approval. All right. So another way, to find out is when you do your listings, you can still list it if you're not sure. There's actually a compliance page that you can search for. Another way is, you just list the item first and then put in the information as accurate as possible and the right category. So Amazon will also be able to help to detect if the product category needs approval. So this is like a map of what is the listing process typical. Like you can briefly run it through. So this is mainly regarding whether or not is your product a branded product, something that you can see the brand of product, right? And then you will need to get a registered trademark, etc. So if you are selling a product that has no brand, unbranded, you will have to list it as a generic. All right. So and then certain product you will need the barcode or what we call the GTIN, Global Trade Identification Number, which is something that you need to buy from GS1. All right. So that is the product ID, right, that I mentioned, GTIN, right? So it could be like UPC, ISBN, EAN, etc. All right. And then this code, you will need to obtain it directly from GS1. There'll be a fee, right? So the second way, let's say if you are selling items that do not require the ID or barcode, etc., you can apply for a GTIN exemption, right? So certain things like maybe your private label product, etc., or things like mobile accessories, those may not need a GT number, so you can apply for the exemptions. All right, these are some common errors that you might see during a listing. It will show you like error 5665, that kind of stuff. All right, so this basically just means that you are listing something with a brand that Amazon needs to review or get approval before you can list it. All right. So these are all the different parts that makes up a listing, right? The category, subcategory, the product image, bullet points, variations, pricing, or your brand name, etc. So most of this stuff here can be optimized further. For example, your product image. All right, make sure you have a very good product image. Has a high definition quality that allows zooming in, because the items is something that we cannot touch, right? So it's always best to give as a clear image as possible to give a better idea of what the items your customer are purchasing, all right? And then the alternative image, you can put other images as well to showcase your product, right? And then bullet points, etc. So we have some session regarding listing optimizations on how do you optimize the copy of the bullet points. You can check out those as well when you are ready to start listing a product. Right, and then there's a best practice on how you should name your what do you call it, the product title. Okay, moving on. So we have reached the what we call the creating stores and A plus content section, right? So let's see, this is something usually you can start doing it during towards the second month of starting your account. All right, and because some certain things like brand registration, you can actually do it concurrently while you're setting up your listing, etc. Okay, so brand store, you can see this is the store for Amazon Basics, right? This is a feature that you can unlock once you are enrolled in the Amazon brand registry. All right, and then this acts like a website on Amazon.com. So essentially, you can actually request, or provided nobody use the name yet, you can request for a custom URL like amazon.com/your store name, right? So whenever anybody goes to that link, amazon.com/your store name, it will direct you to your brand store, right? So this page, or rather this feature, is only usable for brand owner, right? So essentially, you are actually hosting your store on the Amazon website. All right, so user will be able to, you can customize your drop down, your category, your icons, your images, etc. to be displayed. All right, so there's no coding involved. You can basically it's just drag and drop. All right, so type it in, drag and drop, use the different tiles that you want to use to actually customize and make it beautiful. So who doesn't like promotions, right? We all like promotions. So here we are. Now, after setting up your stores, getting your listing prepared already, etc., on your way to already registered your brand, and then setting up your logistic, etc., already on the way, sending the goods to the fulfillment center, etc. Now it's time to think about how you're going to create a promotion such as coupons to actually reach your customers, because a lot of customers, just like us, will tend to shop for deals, shop for coupons, get more discount, etc. So this is where you can start to think about what kind of the promotional tools that Amazon have. Now, the most common tools where most seller can actually benefit from is coupon. I believe in the Singapore context, it might be called voucher, but it's actually the same thing, coupons and voucher. I think in the US, they call it the coupon. So it will help to improve conversion rate, enhance your product impression. Why? Because for products with the coupons, they can actually see like a green, what do you call it, green tag, etc., to actually make it clear that there's a promotion going on. Right, that definitely helps you to increase the click-through rate, the likelihood of consumer clicking into your product listing. All right, so this is how it looks like. You can see how different it is. So there is a coupons only page. So if anybody runs a coupon promotion, their product will be listed on the coupon page. All right, so you can see over here. So a lot of the consumer typically will go on to look for deals. Sometimes they are really good promotions, coupon promotions there. All right, it will appear in search result over here. For product with coupons, that's going to be like what, save $3, save 10%, this green label that is shown there. So your customer will just need to click the coupon or save the coupon. Right now, even in the listing, product listing page itself, you can see that it's still very clear to them that, they can get more savings. This actually entice your customers to purchase the item as well, knowing that there are coupons available. All right, but one thing to note, for every use of this coupon is what we call the redemption of the coupons. So if any of your customer use your coupons to buy something, there will be a 60 cents USD fee, right? That's for the Amazon.com, the US store. So do take note of that when you are pricing your product, right? For any coupon redemption, there is going to be a 60 cent USD fee for the Amazon US store. Now, other store may have different fees. All right. This is just a recap of some incentive, because right after this you will need to promote your product, and then for the incentive we do have like $50 USD ad credits for sellers to create your first sponsored products campaigns. All right, and then also for coupons, like I mentioned, this $50 will be able to help to offset the 60 cent redemption fee for any use of the coupon. So there are some benefits here to also help you kickstart your store promotions. Okay. All right, that's the end of what I want to share. Now we're going to move on to the most exciting part, which is the Q&A. All right, so I saw some questions in the question box already, but I will just go through the question that was shared during the registration process first. All right. Okay, before that, I just want to share with you, we have the two guides, or what we call the perfect jumpstart guide, that you can download. You can scan the QR code. I'll leave it here for a short while. Right, so this is very useful in the sense that you can actually get information of what I coming, other webinars that we have. We have 3 more for this month. Right, sorry for the word, it got covered. Right, so just one QR code this time around, and also for those who are not in yet, earlier on, before I start, I actually mentioned that we now have a unofficial seller education only kind of Telegram. So do scan the QR code in the first link. You can join the Telegram so to get updates, where I will share some information as well over there. It's meant to be a fun and unofficial one. So yep. And then there are, of course, other useful resources there that you can download those PDF I shared earlier on. You can join all the other active Facebook community if you have not in yet. All right, this seller community that can give you an idea as well. Some of the questions you can ask in those community, and then somebody will be able to also help you. We have a lot of sellers and partners. They are in those groups to assist you. So there is a lot of support. Okay, I'm gonna look at the question right now, huh? Let me see. Okay, I'm gonna type it here so you all can see what is the question. Okay, first question. Is there a recorded video of this webinar? All right, thank you, Marie Chris, for this question. Yes, this session is recorded and then I will upload it hopefully before the end of the day. If not, it'll be tomorrow morning. All right. Next question. Let me just type it here so you can see what is the question. Okay, next question is from Ashlyn. Thanks for the question. So the question is it cheaper to ship from Malaysia or Singapore to the UK and US if we opt for FBA? Okay, I need to digest dissect this question a bit. Just to clear up any doubt, all right, because you mentioned Singapore, Malaysia. Okay, so if you are going to ship it yourself to the Amazon fulfillment center, because you mentioned if we opt for FBA means that you will have to ship your product to the warehouse in US or UK, right? This one will depends on your logistic provider, okay? All right, so you will need to get a few quotes to decide. And of course, this also depends on where is your product originate from, right? Right, I mean, if your product is made in Malaysia, you might even be able to schedule the delivery directly from Malaysia to the US fulfillment center. All right. Of course, that is provided you also want to go and check, your inventory, make sure that it's done well, everything is packed properly. All right. Now, if you want to say that if you manufacture in Malaysia and you want to send it over to Singapore and then send it to US, I think that may not be very cost efficient. Now, again, if you're saying that if you want to ship from Singapore directly to the US, now again, you have to do your apple-to-apple comparison, call up these two provider. But back to the same question is where is your product being manufactured, right? Like, even though if let's say Malaysia is cheaper to ship in, assuming if you're going to send your product from Singapore to Malaysia first, then to ship it there, you will need to do your own calculation whether, is there really cost saving, because you still need to incur cost to ship to Malaysia, right? Yeah. So I hope we are clear. If you are still here, if you need more elaboration, let me know. Now, since we're on this topic, I also want to let everybody know that because it's a very common question that we always get is whether or not can sellers send their inventory to the Singapore fulfillment center and then sell it to the customer in the US. So the answer is no. The fulfillment center in Singapore is not, I would say that it's different. So you can't send it to Singapore fulfillment center just because it's the Amazon fulfillment center and then have it ship your product to the US. So that's not going to work. All right, so if you're going to sell to customer in the US, you will have to ship it to the fulfillment center in the US. Right now, unless you're selling to the Singapore seller, then Singapore customers, then of course you can ship your product to the Singapore warehouse. Again, do take note that the account may be different. If you have multiple account, make sure you select the right store, the right country on the drop down on top. All right, because you will need to create a shipment plan before you can ship in. So if you select the wrong store, let's say you select the Singapore store, and then you create a shipment plan, and then actually you want to sell it to Amazon US, Amazon.com, but the shipment plan may give you a Singapore warehouse address, and then you might think, oh, this is the address, you send it in. Then sadly, nothing will be sold. So make sure that you select the US store before you proceed to create your shipment plan, and then you will get the right fulfillment center address to ship your product in. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. I'm still here, so if you have question, let me know. Still stay on here for a few seconds. If you have a very long question that you're typing right now, you might want to press the enter first. All right, so that I know that you're gonna type something. All right, I'll just wait for maybe about 10 seconds. If you have any last questions? Last questions? Anything? Anything that I talked about earlier on, or anything that you want to know but it's not relevant, I'll be happy to help to answer as well. Okay, I saw a question. Let me see. Let me just type it up here. Answer. So you all can see a question. Thanks for this question. Okay, I got a question from Kelvin. Brand rec is free? I believe you are referring to whether or not the brand registry is free. Okay, so to enroll in the Amazon brand registry itself, it's free, right? It's a free service from Amazon, enrolling your trademark into Amazon brand registry. So you get to unlock all the brand building feature, you get to, enjoy all the benefits like brand protection, etc. that comes with enrolling into brand registry, right? That's free. Now, however, to get the trademark itself is not free. All right. So to register for a trademark itself, right, which I mentioned earlier on that you will need to find what do you call it, a trademark officers that that will be able to help you to register your trademark with the US PTO office. All right, that has a fee. All right, so getting a trademark has a fee. I can just give you a ballpark. It's probably costs about now should be about 1,002 USD-ish for one single trademark. All right, so it's around that pricing to get a US trademark that you can use. Okay, so in case you're wondering, even for Singapore to get a trademark, you have to pay as well. So I would say that brand registry itself is Amazon service is free, but to get a trademark in order to enroll, the trademark is not free. You have to pay for the services in order to get a trademark. Okay, I hope it helps. Okay, I got another question. Let me just type it here. Okay, so you can see the question. Okay, another question is again from Ashley. Is that roughly how much will be actual cost? I believe you meant actual. How much will be actual cost to sell in Amazon? Okay, the cost really depends, how much you are going to bring in your inventory, what is your cost of acquiring your goods, etc., your production costs, and how much you spend on advertising. All right. So I would say that if you just want to start small, it won't cost a lot. I know most of us in at least I can speak for Singapore. I talk to a lot of sellers. Most sellers will be doing it like a part-time-ish kind of things. May not want to invest that much. Okay, fine. You can still test the water to actually try whether the product is something that has demand or not. Yeah. So you may not need a lot. Again, you can use the FBA revenue calculator to get a sense how much. And also when you source for product, there's usually a minimum order quantity. Usually it's 100 quantity you need to order before they will actually customize or ship it for you. So if you count roughly, let's say a product, let's take it as like to make it simple, okay, like you bought a product for maybe $5, all right, and then if you have to buy a minimum 100 piece, minimally it costs at least $500 already, right? Then you might need to do find a logistic partner that can ship it to the warehouse for you, etc. So yeah, plus minus, at least maybe 2K each, that kind of stuff. I feel if you're gonna do your own product private labeling, so I would not suggest reselling. All right, if you want to do a very quick thing like reselling, I would say that in what I see, reselling usually won't be sustainable in the long run. Right, reselling means you're going to sell some product that's already selling on Amazon. Like you might be selling certain other brand items that may not need approval, but you're selling it. But you never know. One fine day, the brand owner may decided to remove, report your listing, etc. You're not going to know. So I think it's a little bit, riskier, all right, to do reselling, all right. So yeah, but if you're somebody, if you attended the Seller Summit during last year October, so we have the very insightful session by the top sellers. I attended the session. I was there. They give a bigger number. For those who really are doing it as a full-time business, right? They actually share that about 40K that they use to start their business. So this is what give you a benchmark of what top seller spend for their business at the start. So you might want to see where you are in your journey, all right, how much you want to start just to spend, all right. It can varies depend on the product. Okay, I got a question. How much for a startup to sell in Amazon? Yeah, I think this question is related to what I shared earlier on. Yeah, it really depends. Right? Even for startup, there is different size. Startup like unicorns that can spend a lot. Startup like one man show. You might do not want to spend so much yet. Yep, that is something doable. I think you can start small first. Yep. Again, we have to do the due diligence. You can also come to our, like we have seller community session where some seller will share, how they kickstarted. Yep. Okay, referral fee is a fixed cost. All right. So the question regarding referral fee, right? So referral fee, I would not say, okay, it's a fixed cost, but it varies. Okay, why I say it's fixed cost is there will definitely be a referral fee for every product you sold. All right, but the referral fee may have difference in the percentage, like probably about either 6 to 15%, depending on what is the product category you are selling in. So in a way, it is a fixed cost. However, the percentage will be different depending on which product category you're selling at. Okay. Okay, maybe you cannot see the question. Okay. All right, we still have time. Let's see last question. Okay. Yeah, so that part, right, 40K, from what I understand from them, yeah, they use 40K to start selling on Amazon. So they really go big. And again, you need to take note, it's not their first business. They probably, did their start other business, online business elsewhere before. So they know what they want. So I think the video is also uploaded. I can share with you, or you can find in the official, like, the channel. You can scan my QR code. You go to Amazon Global Selling Southeast Asia YouTube channel. The Seller Summit video are there. Actually, it's already uploaded. You can see they are what they're sharing is a very more, I would say, more optimistic value, right? So they go with like at least 5,000 quantity. They run at least 10% of their sales on ads. They factor in like about 2K 2K for brand registry. Then they factor in about customizations, website design, asset, everything. So they really go one whole shot in. All right, and doable, but I think most people may not know. You start step by step. All right, you may not. Let's say if you really need to incur that much, it may not be one shot straight away. Maybe slowly. When you send in more goods, when you realize, oh, I need a better listing product image. Then you hire some very good professional photographer to take very appealing, fancy, product image, etc. That kind of stuff. Yeah. So do check out the Seller Summit videos. I think they actually shared over there. It's pretty interesting. Yep. All right. So okay. So I hope everyone have a good time learning about the different things we shared today. So I see no more questions already. If you have a question, let me know. If not, I think the time is almost up. I really enjoyed spending the time with you, and thank you for spending the time with me as well on all the very interesting questions. So once again, my name is Julian. Remember to scan the QR code, and then I will see you in the next Amazon Live webinar. All right. Goodbye, everyone. Have a good day wherever you are. Bye bye.